Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. What I want to talk about is what I find very surprising and indeed disgraceful that after the endorsement of Peter Obi as the preferred presidential candidate by PANDEF led by Chief Edwin Clark, I was surprised that some people in Niger Delta, including Asare Dokubo and others, are campaigning for the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Aswad Bola Tinubu, while others are campaigning for the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I find it very strange that the activities of Atiku and Tinubu in disgracing Jonathan out of power does not mean anything to the people of Niger Delta, to some people in Niger Delta. I have never seen such kind of display of ignorance, display of self-hate, because that is what it is. We know that Jonathan today would have done 8 years like Buhari has done, like Obasanjo did, but for the activities of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Aswad Bola Tinubu. And now some people in Niger Delta are ready to reward Asiwaju or Atiku Abubakar for the ill treatment they gave to the people of Niger Delta by the way they mistreated, disrespected, and trampled upon Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Look at now, Buhari is doing 8 years. Can anybody point how Buhari is better than Jonathan? Has the economy not gotten worse? Has the situation of the country not gotten worse? Has the insecurity not gotten worse under Buhari? But as for the Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar combined, they united to disgrace Jonathan out of power. This is the same people that some people in Niger Delta feel comfortable to trumpet themselves as their marketers. Come on. It is unacceptable. Let us look at what Atiku Abubakar did. Atiku Abubakar was responsible for the walkout of some disgruntled governors in 2015 to challenge Jonathan to stop him from winning that election. And Atiku's problem against Jonathan started way back. After the death of Yaradua, Atiku insisted that Jonathan has no right to become president. he worked against Jonathan emerging even as consensus candidate, even as acting president. And at the same time, when the election of 2011 we, arrived, Atiku insisted that it was the turn of the North, that Jonathan has no business contesting that election. He was the major Northerner who contested that primary with Jonathan. It was a very acrimonious primary. Jonathan prevailed because many other parts of Nigeria rallied around him. Atiku carried that same animosity against Jonathan. By the time Jonathan was seeking second term, which is his right, as had been granted, as enjoyed by uh, Obasanjo, and has now is being enjoyed by Buhari, they say no. Over their dead body, will Jonathan be allowed? They destroyed PDP. They did everything. Kwankwaso, Atiku, Sule Lamido, name them. They combined forces to ensure that Jonathan was disgraced out of Aso Villa with his tail between his legs. This is the same Atiku that somebody in Niger Delta would have mind to campaign for him. Jonathan was a child of providence, a child of necessity, that somebody, a minority like him, could be able to rise to be president of Nigeria was like a kind of Nigerian dream come true. But that dream could have been a total manifestation of a new Nigeria if Atiku Abubakar has not used ethnicity and religion to ensure that Jonathan does not get a second term. They did so many things. They were ready to do so many things. This is why they were the one that brought in the political lexicon of making the country ungovernable and all that. These are the same people that some people in Niger Delta feel that they deserve to govern Nigeria. They deserve to preside over Nigeria, that Atiku deserve it. They campaign for him all over the place, are even fighting among themselves, insulting each other in River State because of Atiku Abubakar. What is these people, what is their sense of judgment? What is their sense of history? That they could descend so low to fight among themselves in River State and elsewhere because of Atiku Abubakar. Not minding how disrespectful Atiku Abubakar was to the people of Niger Delta, because Jonathan meant a lot to the people of Niger Delta. And at that time that Jonathan was president, the people of Southeast gave him maximum support to this day. To this day. He was the darling of the people of Southeast. Now we have somebody from the Southeast who is credible, who is capable. He has been endorsed by Pandef, led by Edwin Clark. Yet we still hear some people from Niger Delta saying they are working for Atiku Abubakar. Others say they are working for Bola. Now let me get to Bola. Bola was hugely instrumental to Jonathan not returning to power in 2015. Let me give you a little background. Jonathan won the 2011 election despite the protestation by a section of the North that Jonathan deserved not to be the president, that the North is supposed to continue to be in power because Yaradua had not finished enjoying his 8 years. If you look at the result of 2011 election, Southern Nigeria was united behind Jonathan. And I have been saying it, and I keep saying it, that the reason behind the shenanigan of the North is because Southern Nigeria are not united. Look at this election now. Let me digress a bit. If this election, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu had not thrown himself into the ring, if the Southern Nigeria in search for equity say that Southeast should produce the next president, and P2B was nominated under any party, no presidential candidate from the Southwest, no presidential candidate from the South, except presidential candidate from the Southeast, you know that this election would not have been a contest. Because if you go by the pattern that produced Jonathan as president in 2011, it was because Southern Nigeria was united. Jonathan won all the 17, he won all the states in Southern Nigeria, with the exception of Osun State, which was won by Nuhu Ribadu, the presidential candidate of the ACN. So when Jonathan had all the states in the South, with the exception of Osun, he was able to get North Central, and then get a few states in Northeast, which was basically Taraba and Adamawa. And that was how he emerged president. He didn't need Kano votes. He didn't need Bauchi votes. He didn't need Borno vote and all that. He became president. The Kano became irrelevant because there was block vote from Lagos. There was block vote from Port Harcourt, from River State, and what have you. That was how Jonathan became president. Why Jonathan could not be able to pull off a second term was because Asiwaju Bola Tinubu betrayed Southern Nigeria, betrayed Jonathan by going to work for Buhari, by bringing in Buhari, because that unity that the South had in 2011 was broken. Jonathan was now struggling to get vote because the Southwest had detached itself through Tinubu. Jonathan struggled. Now, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu helped in ensuring that Jonathan does not get it. And he was instrumental in demonization of Jonathan administration, using his powers in the media. You see today how they ridicule Desian, how they accuse Jonathan of corruption. All these things were orchestrated by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu brought disgrace upon Niger Delta. Yet, you have people in Niger Delta who are campaigning for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to reward him for his treachery against Southern Nigeria. Because if Asiwaju Bola Tinubu did not betray Southern Nigeria by throwing Jonathan under the bus, perhaps Jonathan would have survived and got a second term, which is his right. Why did Aswad Bola Tinubu betray Jonathan and the people of southern Nigeria? It was because of his own ambition, his personal ambition to be vice president to Buhari, and then from there metamorphosed to presidential candidate to become president. Why should people of Niger Delta reward Aswad Bola Tinubu for his treachery? All because of what? Money. Because of money. Because of money. Somebody in Niger Delta is ready to campaign for Tinubu. What kind of thing is this? Why can't people understand that there is a need for people to know that there is consequences for their actions? Why should you continue to reward treachery? Why should you support somebody who have shown that they have no regard for your people? Why should you do that? It is disgraceful. It is shameful. I can tell you for free, if their own people were treated the way they treated Jonathan, they will not forget so soon. They will not forget so soon. Why should you in Niger Delta be talking about Atiku Abubakar, be talking about Tinubu, when you have Peter Obi in the race, when you saw the support, the unity with which South and Southeast worked together to ensure that Jonathan regime was a success. They fought the battle together, these two zones, to sustain Jonathan as president. Is it now when you're supposed to rally around P2B to ensure that there is 100% lockdown of Niger Delta, South? Some of you are going about trumpeting Tinubu, trumpeting Atiku. What kind of thing? What is it? What legacy are you leaving for your children? That you can be treated anyhow, that your son does not deserve a second term, that your son is the worst president, or what? On what basis? It is really shameful that you are from Niger Delta. You know the role Aswad Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar played in disgracing Jonathan out of power, in disgracing him using their media power to talk about him as if he was the most corrupt person ever to rule this country. And it was all a lie. Look at corruption now walking in four legs. And this same corruption walking in four legs in a party that Aswad Bola Tinubu is a key member. Now you want to reward Asiwaju with your support from Niger Delta. And you gather, you talk, you say people should vote for Tinubu, people should vote for Atiku. They are the solution. When you know that they are the problem, all because of money. You are fighting yourself in Niger Delta, fighting because of Tinubu, fighting because of Atiku Abubakar. When will you learn your lesson? When are you going to teach them a lesson? Use your PVCs to show them that you have not forgotten what they did to Jonathan, a gentleman by excellence, a Democrat by excellence, a man who said that the blood of his quest for power does not hold the blood of any Nigerian. Give him some respect and reject Atiku Abubakar and Tinubu totally in Niger Delta. Because it is disgraceful. It is a sign that you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going to. If you allow Asiwaju Bola Tinubu or Atiku Abubakar to even get 25% in Niger Delta, they need to know that there are consequences for their ill treatment of Niger Delta. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like this video, Google will write this video high, recommend it for more people, and with more people watching it, they will see the need to support the presidential candidate of Labour Party and vote for him in the coming election. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.